Well, good morning, everybody. It is today's Tuesday, May 4th, I believe, and I'm just outside of Jacksonville, Florida, heading to Titusville to start a 5-day bicycle journey from Titusville to Clearwater. It's called the Coast to Coast Ride. It consists of many connected trails, a couple of gaps in between. I think about it really quick that used to be a TV preacher who, when his show started, his service started, he would have his audience greet the multiplied millions who were watching him on TV, which I always had to laugh at. I'm sure he was exaggerating a little bit, so I guess I should say good morning to the multiplied millions who are watching this. Well, maybe not that many. The multiplied thousands, well, that's not true either. The multiplied hundreds, a little high. The multiplied tens, that might still be a little high. Okay, so the one or two you are going to watch this, that's probably more true. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm starting on Titusville, and there's several trails I'll be on. Starts out with the East Central Regional Rail Trail, and then in DeBerry I'll pick up the Spring to Spring Trail, and in Sanford, where I'll spend the evening, I'll pick up the Cross Seminole Trail. And on day 2 I'll leave Sanford, and in Lake Mary I'll pick up what's called the Seminole Wakiva Trail, which will take me to northwest Orlando. And there's a gap about 6 or 7 miles where you have to ride on busy roads. That's fine, done that before. Then in northwest Orlando, I'll pick up what's called the West Orange Trail, which will take me to Killarney, which I'll pick up the South Lake Trail, which will take me to Claremont, which I'll spend the second night. Now the third night's a little interesting, our third day, because there's really, for about 30 miles or so, there really is not a trail. I got a couple choices. One is to jump on Highway 50 and ride with traffic, and it's a 4-lane highway with virtually no shoulder. That's about 58 miles that day. Or something which I would like to do a lot more, which adds 10 more miles, is take the Green Swamp Trail, which, not really a trail, it's an area, which is a green swamp. The bad thing about that is I'll have to push my bicycle about 2 miles through some soft sand, which I'm not looking forward to do. So it adds 10 more miles, but there's a better chance of seeing alligators and wildlife and critters and the like. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. And then in Terrytown, I'll pick up the Withlacoochee Trail, which will take me to the Good Neighbor Trail in Croom, which will take me to Brooksville to pick up some city bike lanes. I'll spend the third night in Brooksville. The fourth day actually, I'll pick up the Suncoast Trail in Brooksville, which will take me to the Starkey Park Trail in the Starkey Wilderness. And it is wilderness there. However, it's not totally isolated, but it is and it isn't. And there are people who use the trail, which will take me to the Starkey Boulevard Trail, which will take me to Trinity, where I'm spending the night, the fourth night. And last again, day 5, in Trinity, I'll pick up the Starkey Gap Trail, which will take me to the Pinellas Trail. And the Pinellas Trail would take me to the Causeway, which will take me to Honeymoon Beach. And that's where I'm going to see the ocean on that side. Well, I should say the bay. Coast to coast is a ride which goes from the Atlantic coast to the coast on the bay. and then I'll finish up the day in Clearwater on Sunday. I got a car waiting for me Monday morning to take me back to Titusville, at which point I'll start heading back the next day on Tuesday. So that's my plans. Depending what time I get in, I may head down to the ocean and take my picture tonight down there to get a better start. So tomorrow I'm starting at the Titusville Welcome Center, which they're allowing me to park my car there, so that's good. I can leave my car there. So unless I come back on later on, this is bye for now, and consider this as day 0, if you will. Tomorrow will be day 1, so I may or may not be back at the ocean tonight. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. Catch you later.